The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 488 of your daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the other edition of the First Times Madison Curators playing cards. And we have the the 2-pack special edition here. And like I said, we're taking a look at the second edition here. Yeah, and this is the Lion's Den edition here. So we got that kind of matte finish top box with that kind of gold foiled first logo there, straight in the middle. And then you got the Madison's logo there behind it, there. And then you got some like lions here, the character there, and that design wraps all the way around the tuck box, just like the gold bar there. And then you got the Madison's logo on the other side. There's no seal for these cards. On the bottom, it has the Chris Ramsey and the Madison logo there. And then it says First Times Madison, and then it says the Lion's Den edition there. And Madison's cards, the website, and then made in China by WJPC. Still don't know what WJPC is. There. And then on the top, you got the Madison and Chris Ramsey logo once again. And if we open that tuck flap, on the inner tuck flap, the design just wraps around. Same thing for the tuck flap, just the wraparound design. Take the cards out of the box. Inside the tuck box is that matte white finish. Nothing too crazy or fancy going on inside of there. And now that we took a look at that tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And first we'll start with the back side. So here we have a one-way back side. It was pretty much a standard white border. This standard white border. So we got that kind of like Renaissance Lions Den kind of style painting there in the background. There was the person staring at the lions. You got the Madison's logo there. And then you got the classic first logo there, the gold foiling. It goes all the way to the edge of every card there. Then you got a little bit of a gold border going around. Then you got the white border. And if you flip it over, the design would be upside down. And for the cards you get with the deck. And first we're starting with the king here. So you can see the king has a custom face there. And we're starting with all the kings because they are in numerical order for this deck. And you can see all the different kings have different faces of actual people. They're actual people's faces. I'm not entirely sure who the faces are of the people, but I want to say the King of Diamonds is Daniel Madison because he's probably on one of these decks somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure. There. And then the queens also have custom faces. They have actual people, and same thing for the jacks. And then the rest of the cards are pretty standard there. So the diamonds, the tens, like the hearts, clubs, spades, everything is pretty much standard there. And all the numbers are pretty standard. Nothing too crazy going on there. Then we get to the aces. And the custom ace in this deck is the ace of diamonds there, with the first and a Madison logo there. And then you got a standard ace of spades, which is odd to see because you don't usually see uncustomized ace of spades too much. And then you got a 4 clubs. Then you got an extra 4 clubs, I guess. No, extra 4 spades, and then an extra 9 of clubs. And then you got the gaff card where it kind of melts together. So you got like a 4 of spades and a 9 of clubs there that kind of melt together. Yeah. And now that we look at the cards for the handling, they are made in China by uh, WJPC. So they will have a different stock and finish compared to your standard bicycle finish. So they will handle slightly different. But for the springs, super smooth springs. They feel broken in straight out of the box, which is pretty nice. No real stiffness to them. Pretty nice. And really smooth. And they fan just incredible there. And you got the little shine of the gold first logo there for that little extra pattern. And you can see like all the numbers there, all the suits and numbers. There, they spread perfectly. And they fare pretty nicely for that giant fan. And it is a one-way back design, so if you were to wiffle shuffle it, the design would get all mixed up. Now all the designs are upside down, right side up. Obviously, the more you shuffle them, the more they'll get all mixed up. There, so if I do a couple shuffles, that one-way back design is definitely all mixed up now. And then all cards pack them pretty much the same, like I always mention. It's mostly just, I mostly packet cut them, see how they look when you're packet cutting them and stuff like that. So overall, I gotta say, fantastic handling. They handle pretty nice for a different stock and finish, because it's always nice to test out different stocks finish, and this is actually a pretty nice stock and finish. They actually handle pretty nicely. You can definitely tell they handle, like, feel and handle slightly different, but, like, overall, fantastic. I'm not complaining whatsoever. And for the look of the cards, a pretty nice back design there. There was the line kind of pattern, lines then pattern there on the back there. Looks pretty nice, even though it's a one-way back design. I'm not complaining too much. It looks pretty nice. And then the faces are pretty standard there. It's pretty much a standard deck of cards, other than the custom core cards with the slightly custom colorway and the custom faces. So other than that, pretty standard deck. So I guess with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. And this has been day 488 of Daily Deck Review. And this has been the first Madison Curators playing cards here. And this has been the first time Madison Lions Den Edition playing cards. And I'm the Canadian Card Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.